I'm Nancy Kraft, head of the University of Iowa Library's Preservation and Conservation Department, and our department handles a wide variety of materials from the circulating and the non-circulating collections, involving illuminated materials, maps, manuscripts, and brittle materials, all requiring unique and special handling. And what I think is really great about our department is both conservation and preservation are under one roof, and we work very closely together.
I'm Bethany Davis, the Digital Processing Coordinator Librarian at the University of Iowa Libraries. I manage the in-house digitization of special collections and university archives materials. In our collection, we have a large variety of material types and collections, ranging from World War I, World War II correspondence collections to 16th, 17th, 18th century culinary manuscript collections, to vaudeville theater scrapbooks, to William Morris letters and correspondence. Right now, our most important project is the digitization of 150 scrapbooks from the Keith Albee Vaudeville Theater collection. This collection is a collection that documents the history of vaudeville from the early 20th century to about 1935, 1941. The collection itself is largely made up of 150 scrapbooks that vaudeville theater managers compiled relating to the productions that were on their stages. The collection also includes some boxed archival material that is mostly flat and a lot of business correspondence between a particular theater manager and the vaudeville circuit, as well as outside vendors. When I first saw the Keith Albee Vaudeville Theater collection, I came upon it in the stacks and special collections, where it takes up 3 to 4 ranges of shelving, and the area very clearly shows that the collection is in need of some stabilization and attention. All around the scrapbooks are little bits of brittle paper that have broken off from the substrate pages in the volumes. And it's very clearly a situation where access and preservation are mismatched. We have a mismatch because we cannot provide full access to this collection without jeopardizing preservation of the collection. At the same time, in order to preserve this collection, we have to limit access to researchers in the reading room.
There are many materials that are so brittle, if we handle them, we lose pieces. I mean, they fall off. And so if we can capture sort of one last handling and then make those available and then tuck the original away for rare uses, that's the best for our materials.
The Keith Albee scrapbooks present quite a challenge for digitization. They are oversized bound volumes that often have complicated things attached to the substrate pages. Think fold-outs, programs, oversized posters. And you never quite know what you're going to encounter when you're working your way through the scrapbooks. So we need a digitization system that would be flexible, that we could adjust to anything that we encountered. We also needed something that didn't physically touch the scrapbooks when we digitized them. They're fragile and oversized, and having a system that allowed us to stay in control of the support and handling of the objects was very important.
About 3 years ago, I realized that we needed to replace our top-down scanner. It was no longer meeting our needs. Our demands had continued to increase as to expectation. And so we started looking at equipment at conferences, at their exhibit areas, to see what was out there that would fit our needs. And I also started talking to administration about the kind of capabilities that we needed this system.
After ALA, we invited Digital Transitions to demonstrate their product in the library in our own space. And during the visit, I was looking for things like better quality control, more qualitative and quantitative analysis of the images that were being produced. I was looking for equipment that offered flexibility that could adapt to varying sizes and shapes of the things that we were imaging. I was also looking for something that was going to be easy for handling fragile objects, that we could totally control the way an object was supported and photographed. And the digital transitions equipment does that.
At the end of our research, we selected digital capture system, because it was very, very flexible. It allows us to capture small, wide, thick, using glass or not glass. In other words, it allows us to handle our materials the way we feel they need to be handled in order to get the best capture with the least stress on the material.
Thinking about the value of the collection and the value of the staff provided by the grant, we had a big project at hand. We were investing a lot of time, money, and effort, and we didn't want the imaging hardware to hold us back. I was also looking for something that was going to be easy for handling fragile objects, that we could totally control the way an object was supported and photographed, and the digital transitions and Phase 1 hardware does that.